हॅलो फ्रेंड्स, मला खूप आनंद होत आहे. आपण पुन्हा एकदा पॅसेज ॲक्टिव्हिटीज सोडवण्यासाठी एकत्र येत आहोत. लेट्स बिगिन विथ अ प्रेयर. ओ गुड गॉड, थँक यू सो मच फॉर द गिफ्ट ऑफ अ ब्युटिफुल डे. हेल्प मी लॉर्ड टू लर्न न्यू थिंग्स टुडे. मित्रांनो, आपल्या इंग्रजीच्या प्रत्येक लेसनवरील ॲक्टिव्हिटीज आपण सोडवणार आहोत. चला सुरुवात करूया. 1.2 An encounter of a special kind. Question: read the passage carefully and do the activities. After a hearty lunch, my parents and my younger sisters lay down for an afternoon nap, and I settled down with a storybook. The quiet afternoon presented the perfect backdrop for reading an adventure story. The silence was occasionally broken by the sound of my family snoring, the intermittent chirping of house sparrows, the harsh cawing of a crow, the shrill call of a kite flying high above the ground. Minutes ticked by. I became deeply absorbed in the book. Let's do the activities. A1. True or false? First one. The incident took place in the afternoon. Second one. The writer's hobby was reading. Let's check it out from the passage. After a hearty lunch, my parents and my younger sisters lay down for an afternoon nap. Friends, lunch and an afternoon nap. What it tells? That the incident took place in the afternoon. So the first statement is true. Let's read further. And I settled down with a storybook. The quiet afternoon presented the perfect backdrop for reading an adventure story. It is clear that the writer's hobby was reading. So, both the statements are true. A2. Complete the web. Names of the birds. Let's find out from the passage. See? The intermittent chirping of a house sparrows, the harsh cawing of a crow, the shrill call of a kite. Here we got the names of the birds: sparrows, crow, and kite. Good. A3. Give similar meanings of shrill, intermittent, hearty. Let's write the answer. Shrill, meaning of shrill is very high and loud sound or voice. Intermittent means frequent. And the meaning of hearty is sufficient and wholesome. पहा मित्रांनो, लेसनच्या प्रत्येक पानावर उजव्या आणि डाव्या बाजूला शब्दार्थ दिले आहेत. ते वाचा, म्हणजे तुम्हाला निश्चितच फायदा होईल. A4. Underline the verb and choose the correct tense. The first sentence, I settled down with a storybook. In the bracket, simple present tense or simple past tense. Friends, to find out the verb first, the verb tells us the tense of the sentence. So let's find out the verb. I settled down with a storybook. I is the subject and settled is the past tense form of the verb. So settled, it tells us that the sentence is in simple past tense. And second sentence, I am going to school. Here Am is the auxiliary verb and it is in the present form. Am tells us present tense. And going is the ing form of go. So ing form tells us that the sentence is in the continuous tense. So am going tells us that the sentence is in present continuous tense. So I settled down with a storybook. Verb is settled. Simple past tense. Second sentence, I am going to school. Verb am going and the sentence is in present continuous tense. Now let's proceed further. A5. Do you like to read books? Why? Friends, the first question is yes no type question. So yes, I like to read books. But why do you like to read books? As I get good knowledge, I learn new things. Friends, you can express your own ideas. Friends, now let's do the activities of the second passage from the same lesson. Let's read the passage together. Suddenly, I heard a group of street dogs barking furiously in the distance. I chose to ignore the commotion, thinking that the pack of dogs might have cornered a hapless pig. But soon the barking became louder and more aggressive, and the alarmed cawing of a flock of crows added to the cacophony. I also heard the disturbance approaching closer. First question B1 complete. 1. The barking became dash and dash. Second one, the animals in the passage are dash and dash. Let's find out the answers from the passage. Here we have the barking became louder and more aggressive. And the animals in the passage are pack of dogs and a hapless pig. So, dogs and pig are the animals mentioned in the passage. So, here we got the answers. The barking became louder and more aggressive. Second one, the animals in the passage are dogs and pig. B2, complete. The writer heard. Let's see in the passage. Friends, see the very first line. I heard I means the writer. The writer heard a group of street dogs barking furiously in the distance. And see, come at the end of the passage, last sentence, I also heard. The writer also heard the disturbance approaching closer. So here we got the answer. The writer heard a group of street dogs barking furiously in the distance and the distance approaching closer. B3. Make nouns. Let's write the noun forms of the given verb forms. Disturb, ignore, distant, confuse. See the answers. Disturb, disturbance. Friends, disturb. The noun form of disturb is disturbance. Just you have to join A-N-C-E. Disturbance. D-I-S-T-U-R-B-A-N-C-E. Disturbance. Ignore. Ignorance. Ignore. The spelling ignore ends with letter E. So we have to cancel E and attach A-N-C-E. So the noun form of ignore is I-G-N-O-R-A-N-C-E. Ignorance. Distant, distance. So here also we have to cancel the last letter T and join ANCE, DISTANCE, distance. Confuse, confusion. The last letter E will get cancelled and the spelling will be CONFUSION, confusion. Before, do as directed. 1. I chose to ignore the commotion. Pick out the infinitive. It's very simple. Infinitive is to ignore. Second one, I heard a group of street dogs barking. Rewrite in the past perfect tense. Friends, past perfect tense, to make it as a past perfect tense, we have to join had before the main verb. So I is the subject, then had, and past participle form. Here, heard, heard. So the answer will be I had heard a group of street dogs barking. B5. Do you think animals help us? How? Again, the first question is yes-no type question. So, yes, animals help us. But how do they help us? Dogs guard us. Cows give milk. Bullocks plow fields. Sheep give us wool. Thank you, friends. See you again for the next passage activities on the next lesson. Be smart. Goodbye.